Hey there, House here. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of the House Report. If you watched my previous video, then you know that we're going to be talking about the NFC divisions in the NFL and who I believe will be winning said divisions. If you didn't watch my last video, I'm going through both conferences and picking on each division which team I believe will be winning. Right now, we're moving on to the NFC East. I've said it before and I'll say it again. The NFC East is always an intriguing division. Not because they have great teams that provide some good competition, quite the opposite actually, with their previous two division winners not winning more than 9 games. What is interesting is that the same team has not won this division twice in a row since the early 2000s. The Washington football team, who will have a legitimate name by next year, will be trying their hand in squeezing whatever football wins they can out of Ryan Fitzpatrick's arm. He is a career up and down starter in the league that has been able to find a job as a starter for a very long time. Truly a credit to him and his ability to keep pushing forward. I, however, don't believe he'll have that remarkable of a year with this team. Don't look for them to be the back-to-back champion for this division. The New York Giants will be receiving a boost this season with the healthy Saquon Barkley and another year of experience for their quarterback Daniel Jones. They might play a bit better, but I don't believe it's going to be good enough. The Cowboys are also excited for the return of their franchise quarterback in Dak Prescott, who broke his ankle last year. They still have some solid receivers in Amari Cooper and second-year player CeeDee Lamb, plus their star running back Ezekiel Elliott. Even with all that, I still don't believe that they can stop anyone on the defensive side of the ball, so I don't see them winning. That leaves us with the Philadelphia Eagles, who will be starting their young quarterback Jalen Hurts, a team that I'm actually picking to win this division. Why am I picking the Eagles? Honestly, I'm not entirely sure. There's something in my gut that says this team will finally figure out how to win and win consistently. So, I'm picking them to win. The NFC West is a division that will showcase a mix of young quarterbacks as well as some solid veterans. The Arizona Cardinals and their young quarterback Kyler Murray are a team that can beat you in a few different ways. They can run the ball down your throat and they can beat you in the air. They are a team that will only continue to get better. They, however, aren't good enough to win this division just yet. Another team with another young quarterback are the San Francisco 49ers. This year they drafted Trey Lance, but he hasn't quite taken the keys of the offense from Jimmy Garoppolo just yet. Fortunately for Jimmy, the 49ers don't need him to do much. If he's able to be a game manager, which is all that they need, and this team's running backs can stay healthy, then they'll be very successful. Their defense can shut down most offenses, and their offense can control the clock with the best of them. It just requires Garoppolo to not turn the ball over. Next up, we have the Seahawks and their veteran quarterback, Russell Wilson. Wilson had a bit of an eventful offseason. First, he said he didn't want to be traded. Then he said he wouldn't mind being traded. Then it sounded like he wanted out, and then everybody in Seattle freaked out. Calmer heads prevailed, and Wilson is here to stay for now. He'll bring that same steady presence that allows his team to be ultra competitive every year. What he can't do is play defense. Seattle is more than a handful of years removed from that Legion of Boom, and they haven't done the best job of replacing those types of players. Wilson will make them a playoff team, but not through the division. That leaves us with the LA Rams, a team with one of the best defenses in the league and a veteran quarterback in Matthew Stafford, who has shown from his time in Detroit that he has no problem throwing the ball downfield. If they can mix in a healthy run game, something that Stafford never saw in Detroit, paired with a great defense, also something that Stafford never saw in Detroit, then they should perform pretty well. Even with all that, I'm picking the 49ers to win the division. I think they have a slightly better defense and a much better run game. That brings us to the NFC North. What is there really to say that we don't already know? The Aaron Rodgers saga was one of the more interesting things to note in this offseason. No one was sure if he would play for the Green Bay Packers again, and if not, where he might go, whether it meant a new team or retirement. He ended up deciding to stay with the Packers, and with that, they remain the favorite to win this division. The Detroit Lions traded away Matthew Stafford and received Jared Goff in return. Maybe he can lead this team similarly to how he led the Rams to some success and even a Super Bowl appearance, but the Lions don't have the same caliber defense that the Rams have. The receivers aren't bad, and the running back is young and talented, but I don't see them meshing into a winning team just yet. The Minnesota Vikings have one of the best wide receiver tandems in this division, and one that's near tops in the league. The running back is a top-tier talent that can carry the ball 25 times week in and week out with success. Their defense has some bright spots for sure. Their one glaring weakness, their quarterback, Kirk Cousins. While he's at the helm, this team will continue to waste their youth and talent on an inconsistent project that came due years ago. That leaves us with the Chicago Bears, who just drafted a young quarterback out of Ohio State by the name of Justin Fields. They're taking a smart approach and sitting the rookie at the start of the season and opting for veteran Andy Dalton to lead the team. Eventually, Fields will take over this team and provide a much-needed spark for a team that has been devoid in that area for a very long time. Unfortunately, the constant pressure from a fan base will force the organization to bring Fields in much sooner than what is necessary and will only hurt his development. It would be better if he sits all year, but we all know that he won't. Only time will tell how far he can actually take this team. With that, I'm picking the Packers to win this division. On to the final division in the NFC, that is the NFC South. The Atlanta Falcons will be without Julio Jones this year due to his exit in the offseason. They did, however, draft tight end phenom Kyle Pitts from Florida, who is pegged to be something special in the NFL. He should help bridge some of the big gap that was left in Jones' exit. They will have to play together for a couple of years with a hopefully consistent Matt Ryan to see what this offense's true potential can be. The Carolina Panthers have Christian McCaffrey, which makes them a true threat. What doesn't is a trade they were a part of, which resulted in them acquiring Sam Darnold. He's been pretty lackluster in his career since being drafted by the Jets. I don't see that changing much in Carolina, but maybe with the talent like McCaffrey, which covers up more than a handful of blemishes in anyone's game, can help him find a groove in a new place. The New Orleans Saints are another team that will be searching for a new identity after the retirement of Drew Brees in the offseason. After an offseason and preseason filled with discussions and speculation, it was announced that Jameis Winston will take over as a starter for the Saints. It's a break for him to be able to start again in the NFL with a team filled with talent. They will be without Michael Thomas for the start of the year as he recovers from ankle surgery. Assuming that Winston is still the starter when Thomas returns, they could have some very good success. The last team to be mentioned are the Super Bowl champion Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They did something pretty incredible. They went out this offseason and prioritized signing all of their impending free agents from their team that they could. And they were successful. They have all 22 starters from the Super Bowl returning this season. They are the odds-on favorite to win this division once again, and that's who I'm picking. Well, there you have it. Those are my predictions for the NFC Divisions. Thank you for tuning into the House Report. If there were some teams I predicted that you don't agree with, please leave your own predictions in the comment section. I'm intrigued to see what everybody else is thinking. Lastly, for all my betting friends out there, remember, you win some and you lose some, but the house always wins.